Welcome to another episode of Sharp Mind Marketing TV. My name is Morgan Lou Parkhurst of Sharp Mind Marketing, and today I want to talk with you about if you've ever felt like people aren't listening to you. No one out there on the internet, in the business world, people just aren't hearing you. They're not finding you. It seems like they're not listening. It seems like they just don't care. If you've ever felt this way, maybe people tell you, oh, your products, they sound great. Oh, that looks lovely. I'll have to buy that one day. Not right now. Not where do I sign? It's one day, someday, it's warm and fuzzy, but nothing actually happens. And you just kind of feel like, do people really care? Are they really listening to me? Do I really matter? Is my business making any kind of difference? I have a couple of questions to ask you to help you evaluate some different things that you could do in your marketing to stand out in a noisy marketplace and to stand out in the crowd so that people start to identify with you. And the first thing is, are you on the web? Now, this one might seem a little obvious because, of course, we have LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, and most small businesses have their own websites, and it's pretty hard not to be on the web. But as Melinda Emerson, the small business lady, points out in a blog article that she wrote, it's surprising the number of small business owners, the number of consultants and solopreneurs who don't have profiles online. And I'm also, if you would like to read that article, I do have that. If you scroll down, you'll see a link to that article. She has a fantastic article about getting yourself out on the web so that as people are searching, they can find you and learn more about you. This adds a sense of credibility, and it lets people know how diverse your skills really are. So are you on the web? Do you have even a one-page website where people can go and learn about you? Do you have a Facebook page for your business? Do you have a LinkedIn account where people can learn about your professional accomplishments? Are you sharing your insights on Twitter? Have you guest blogged for somebody else? Maybe you don't really have the time to do your own blog, but you could guest blog for somebody else. And again, get your name out there on the web to add a little credibility and so that people can see why they should care about your message. The next thing I want to ask you is, how current is your information? You might say, but yes, Morgan, I do have, an online presence. I do have a website. I am on Twitter. I am on Facebook. I am on LinkedIn. I do guest blog. When was the last time you did any of those things? When was the last time you updated your Twitter account? When was the last time you put a post ad on Facebook? When was the last time you updated your website? This is one that often gets pushed to the wayside when we're busy in the hustle and bustle of our business. We don't take the time to update our websites. And when we don't do that, people have no reason to come back. If the information is even a couple weeks to a couple months old, people say, well, what's the point in coming back to see what Morgan's been up to? So it's important to make sure that that content is updated and that it is current. It lets people know you're still in business, you're still relevant, and you still have something to say that they should really care about. This also really sets you apart from people who start out really strong and kind of die off. If you want to make sure that you're standing out in a noisy marketplace so that people care about your message and you can start developing relationships together, it's important to have that really current information to show people you're still out there with a relevant message. The third thing that you can ask yourself is, are you adding in urgency? Are you adding in urgency and scarcity to your communications? If you're doing product launches, if you're offering services, are you building in an urgency that says you really should buy today? Not tomorrow, not next year, not 5 years from now, but today. Is there a way that you can add in that sense of urgency? Maybe there are some freebies that you can add on that will only be available for a limited time. Maybe you have a lower price that you're going to offer for just a short window. But again, it's an incentive that tells people you should care and you should do this today. And with scarcity, maybe you can't offer your product or service to everybody under the sun. Maybe that would just take up too much of your time, and maybe you don't have the infrastructure for that. You can actually use that to your advantage to say, look, I have only this number of copies left of this report that I have, or I only have this number of slots for my class or my webinar. If you're wanting this, sign up today to make sure that you get your spot. Again, that adds a sense of needing to take action today. It shows them why they should care right now. And the last question I want to ask you is, are you offering them something for just them? This isn't to say, go ahead and have on your website, oh, sign up for my newsletter. You can definitely do that, and if you want to, go for it. There's no reason not to, but that's kind of been done. I'm going to go on record and say that that's been done, and that sounds like, it still sounds like we're talking about ourselves. I want you to sign up for my newsletter. Well, why should they care about that? Instead, can you offer them a free report or maybe a video coaching series for free, something they can sign up for that gives them information that could help them in their lives, help them run their own businesses better, help them maintain their work-life balance, or whatever you specialize in. Something, a freebie, a bonus that is just for them to help them. Can you give something to them that they can sign up for so that their lives are impacted by your knowledge and your expertise and your experience? Then they'll start to care. Then they start to care about what you have to say because you are making a difference for them. So these are 4 different things you can look at in your own business to see if there's a way that you can have some greater impact on other people and grow your business in a noisy marketplace. So thank you so much for listening today. This has been another episode of Sharp Mind Marketing TV. My name is Morgan Lou Parkhurst of Sharp Mind Marketing. And again, thank you so much for being here with me today.